A very good evening to you once again. This is King George, as always, coming away. Gone by was the Bring It On. It does our training segment on Generational Leaders Talk Show, a program which try to update you for what is happening in the country. And surely, before I set the ball rolling, I'll ask my guests what they think about the point of the libation. And I thank God they are pastors, so they can give me a vivid prescription about that as well. Last week we had a wonderful discussion. This week too happens to be another week. In fact, like I said from the beginning, this month till October, we are running extensively some particular topics, unique topics that I guess you are going to learn a lot, and we will also employ you to also share your opinion by sending your messages via 0207681986, 0207681986. So we'll encourage you to send your messages, and when the right time comes, I will also give you the opportunity to also call in as well. Well, I'm happy that my guests are seated, relaxed. I mean, they are ready to fire. They are ready to challenge you. They are ready to inspire you. So why don't you pick a pen and a notebook, because a short pencil is better than a long memory. I repeat again, a short pencil is better than a long memory. Today we'll be discussing the understanding purpose. We want to look at the understanding, and then we'll also talk about the nature of purpose. And then our last thing that we'll dive into is principles of purpose. So we will tell you the understanding, how you can, the fundamentals. Then we will come to the nature, and then we'll talk about the principles that governs purpose, whether we have a role to play or we don't have a role to play. And so by so doing, I trust by the time we end the subject for today, you will know that we are heading towards a boom, not a doom. So on my stream right happens to be Pastor Ato Afu. Pastor Ato Afu is a pastor of ICGC Berean Temple. He's also the CEO of Creators Mind. The CEO of Creators Mind. So that tells you that he's not just a pastor, he's a businessman as well. And then on my immediate right, we also have Reverend Ebenezer Okran. He is a resident pastor of New Life ICGC Temple at Oyibi, when they're heading towards Valley View University thereabout. That is where his church is located. He's also the CEO of Peak Performance. He does a lot of training programs for other corporate entities. So you can see he's not just also a pastor alone. He's a family man. He has about 4 children. They're all girls. He's working. The man of God is really working. He's not just man of God, he's working. Anyway, gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
We are blessed by grace.
Good. I know this week has been very hectic for you because of the Greater West conference that took place. But the same, before learning something in the Greater West, it was a great conference that we all partake of. We try the next year will meet us to also. We are anticipating for more Greater West, so we can learn more from this great mindset. All right, let's set the ball quickly. Before we start, let me ask you what my producer did concerning the trending. I'm interested about the libation aspect, because you guys are leaders. And what is your take on what he did? The man pointed libation. I know I'm putting you in a tight corner, but I want to hear your views, so don't worry about it. I'll start from you, too.
All right. Thank you, King George. Thank you, viewers, for another opportunity to be here again. Yeah, we have seen it, we have heard about it, we have read about it. That somebody has poured a libation with a certain intention. But I believe this is Ghana. We have many religions here. Each and every one per our constitution is allowed to be in any group he or she wants. So if this is how somebody wants to express his belief, by way of reaching his ancestors to listen to him, to do what he's expecting from them, so that our nation moves forward, I cannot really condemn him. I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor, but though my practice condemns that, but he also believes in it. So if this is what he believes and he has done, I believe he has every right to do what he wants.
Wow.
In the end, if there is any questions or answers to be given, he will be held responsible
Wow.
for that.
Wow.
That's what I would say.
Pastor Klein, your view on that?
Oh yes, I agree with my colleague pastor. You know, the Constitution gives the right of belonging to a group, religion. We have a lot of religious groups in Ghana, not only in Ghana but in the world. And if somebody believes that pouring of libation will bring about economic growth or advancement, well, that is the person's belief. But for us as Christians and believers, we believe that the God that we serve, he gives us the ability to make wealth. He gives us wisdom to be able to make use of what we have. It is through that is what brings about economic growth and advancement.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so we cannot condemn them. That is their belief.
That's a belief. I like that. I think I agree with you. All right. You know, this platform is a platform that shaping leaders, and that's why it's called generational leaders. So we take our time to teach and also to educate our viewers on basic certain things. Pastor Klein, let me come to you. We're talking about purpose. I want us to dive into the foundations of purpose. What purpose is. So let's explain what really purpose is, so that our viewers can understand.
You know, one of the most fundamental questions that everyone who has ever existed on earth has asked is, why am I here? What am I here for? It is so fundamental and it is so critical. Why? Because we did not play a part in coming on earth. We did not ask to be born. We did not put in a request that I want to be born. One day we were there and we realized that we are here. Why are we here? It brings about the issue of purpose, because we need to find out
The reason behind.
the reason why I am here. So everyone has asked before. My colleague has asked. I have asked. In fact, you have asked. And all of us. So everyone must come to that point that I need to find my purpose, because there is a link to fulfillment in life. Life without a purpose is meaningless. It is full of frustration. It is full of confusion. If you have ever seen someone who is living a life of purpose, you will appreciate that person, because the person moves with passion and drive. The person is aiming at something because he has discovered his or her purpose. So we cannot downplay the issue of purpose in our lives.
Pastor, your take on what the same question goes to you as well, concerning the issue of purpose.
Thank you, King George. Like my brother rightly said, we never begged the Creator to create us. So our lineage, our families, even where we are supposed to be, we knew nothing about. But somebody brought us here. The wind is blowing every day and night. And your weight determines the direction in which the wind will blow you. So why are we here? If you don't live a life with purpose, you waste your life.
Wow.
No matter the longevity of life or your expectation of how long you will dwell on this earth, you must do something. And you must leave your footprint here before you go. That is purpose we are talking about. So when you talk about purpose, or what I would just say is that It is the ultimate reason behind which you were created or things were made. Why were we created? Why are we here? Why are we here at this time? And what we have to do?
So in that case,
it's interesting. Let me finish it. We are in a nation today where almost everything seems to be going wrong. Somebody has to fix it. If we are able to identify our purposes for being here, I believe our problems as a nation will be extincted within the shortest period of time. So everyone has to know why he's here. Everyone knows what he or she has to be doing. Because in the end, there is a reward, and in the end, there is a day where your Creator will question you for the number of years you spent on this earth.
Wow. So in that case, is purpose really essential? So it's essential and part and parcel of our lives, right?
It is actually life. Without purpose, you are of no use on this earth. It is actually our life.
Okay.
If you live a life without purpose, you will live anyhow. And a life being lived anyhow achieves almost nothing. We are not talking about what you do to bring success or money into your pocket. There are many people with wealth, but they don't feel fulfilled in life. That is what we are talking about.
Okay.
For us to be able to exist, no matter the number of years you will spend on earth, we should be able to see that this is why I was created. This is the reason why I was brought here, and I have fulfilled it, I have achieved it, and I'm happy. And when I am going back to my Creator, I'll be able to tell him that indeed I went and I did what was expected of me as a person.
Wow.
So purpose is actually life.
Wow.
Else we are extincted.
That's a very good point. I have heard, I've heard people say that purpose is an integral part of our existence. How true is it?
It is so true because you see, when you are saying that something is an integral part, it means that you cannot do without it.
Okay.
For example, let's say a football team. We say that a particular player is an integral part of the team. It means that if he is not part, the team is not complete.
Okay. Okay.
So purpose is so important that if you have not discovered your purpose, you are not complete.
Okay.
There's a lot of question mark.
Okay.
You ask yourself a lot of questions. You go through a lot of frustration because something is not complete. So to make it complete, you need to find it.
Okay.
If the team will succeed, that player must be part of it. When he is part, you realize that they will play and eventually victory will be theirs because somebody who is an integral part has made the team complete.
Wow. So in that case, what is the nature of purpose?
I want you to reframe the question again.
Okay. Looking at, if you are saying somebody's an integral part of a team, you mean that there's a nature that goes along that particular thing. So what is the, what are some of the nature, the things that we can see that these things are the exhibits that form part of parcel of purpose, where we can you will see the nature of purpose. Like, let me give an example. Like in the nature, you can see that in everything, you said everything has a purpose. The sea is a nature. So it's part of God's nature. All the things you see, the tree you see is God's nature. So I'm asking, what is the nature of purpose concerning man on earth?
Apostle.
I would
Carry
just say
that
that
coming in again.
it is one divine,
Okay.
and it is beyond man's control.
Wow.
If you really want to live a life of purpose, without you doing that, you cannot live, you cannot sit. This is what gives us the edge and the passion to do what we do. For example, King George, I have known you for many years, though you work elsewhere. But this kind of programs is your heartbeat. Without this, though you are around, you are alive, you are going about your normal work day by day, but you don't feel fulfilled and complete. That is how come whatever you do outside, you still find the opportunity to be on set, so that you can educate, so that you can inform, so that you can help, form the minds of people, so that you can live a life that is expected of them.
So it's an inbuilt.
It's
The
an
nature is
inbuilt,
an
yes.
inbuilt.
It's divine.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
hidden within man.
Okay.
Man cannot really do anything about
Okay.
it. You
Okay.
can mess it up, but in the end, you will feel unfulfilled and unsatisfied about the life.
So,
you are living.
in that case, if it is inherent, which is inbuilt, then how then do we discover it?
No purpose is in the will and in the mind of God,
Okay. This is the creator, right?
the creator,
Or the manufacturer, sort of.
the manufacturer. So you cannot find the purpose of a thing by asking the thing. You need to ask the creator. That is how come when it comes to discovering purpose, people struggle a lot, because they look at something instead of looking at the creator. So in the mind of the creator, he had a specific agenda for us. Our assignment on earth is to discover what the creator made us to be. It is something that you need to discover, something that you need to work at. It doesn't just come that, okay, I have just said, no, you need to take time to go into the mind of God, ask God. Apart from that, there are other things. I'm sure probably either this week or next time it will come up.
Oh, yeah.
But they're so critical that everyone who wants to discover his or her purpose must go to the creator.
Okay.
That is your assignment.
Okay.
And that is something that you have to discover.
Wow.
Very, very important.
Okay. Reverend, Reverend has said a lot about in that area. So is purpose individual? When it comes to purpose, is it meant for only individuals? Is it something that is only you that you are supposed to acquire, or it's also linked up to other people as well?
Good. We are many people on this planet. Sometimes you can find a group of people who are working on the medical field. So we have many doctors. We have many specialities. So maybe you can look at maybe surgery at one point. There are many surgeons on the earth, but some people will carry it to a certain limit or extent, and other people will never venture to do that. So each and individual human beings, as created by God, has been given a specific assignment. Though collectively, sometimes we can come together and come out with our individual purposes so that we can work as a group to achieve a specific purpose. But individually, each and every one has a purpose. That is why purpose cannot be stolen. That is why purpose cannot be borrowed. That is why you cannot buy it. That is why you cannot just go and hide it and use it for a while. It is with you forever. So your ability to make a discovery of it and the usage of it will determine whether you have lived on it or not.
Okay.
So it is individual. Each and every one has a purpose.
Wow. Wow. Look what he said.
You know, it is so important that as an individual, you come to a place of understanding that you need to discover your purpose. It is in the discovering of your purpose that leads to the purpose of others.
It's about other question. It's about other question.
If I discover my purpose and you discover your purpose, it makes us work in harmony. It makes us work with passion and drive.
Okay.
So as an individual, you need to discover your purpose. And everyone, when we discover our purposes, it makes life beautiful and meaningful,
Okay.
and eventually fulfilling. So as an individual, you need to
So there's
spend time.
there's some sort of interdependence. I have to fulfill I need to discover my for you to discover, so I can take something from you. So we need each other.
Yes.
To build.
Together.
Okay.
We work together.
Oh, okay.
Can't live in isolation.
You have your purpose. That's how can you have brought us here.
Okay.
If you could not have discovered what you are meant to do, you wouldn't have been here. So the fact that you know your purpose of being here and doing what you are doing, that's why you have brought us on.
Okay.
So some way, somehow, you are here, we are also here. We are interrelated.
Okay.
What we are supposed to achieve is interrelated. But in the end, you have your purpose and I have my purpose.
So we need a whole corporate purpose to fulfill our mission and vision on this planet Earth. Wow. But I've also said, people say that purpose is permanent. You can't do anything about it.
Yes. It's permanent. It's something that is there. Like my colleague said, you can't steal it. You can't borrow it. It is permanent.
Okay.
And that is the beauty of it. And that is something that I love about God, that He has made it permanent. Therefore, if you make an attempt, you will discover it. He's not going to take it away from you. He says, my son, my daughter, this is what I made for you. Discover it and work with it. I'm not taking it away from you, but you must discover it and then work with it. So it is permanent.
So if it is permanent, why is it that people are finding it difficult to discover it?
Yes. So like my brother said, one, you have to go to the creator, the origin of life. That is God. You know, the environment we live in is a bit tricky sometimes.
Okay.
So sometimes your father will observe you. For example, let me use my own self as an example.
Okay.
You see me today sitting here, today sitting talking, right? My father had wanted me to be a fridge mechanic.
Wow.
But I didn't want it. So I just had to leave him and pursue my life. Right? The Creator has created each and every one with a specific target. Sometimes we make mistakes, but in the end, when things are going on, what happens is that we work, we make money, but sometimes we don't feel fulfilled.
Okay.
So some people will work somewhere, make money, and we use the money at another channel to bring that fulfillment that they want. For example, I know a friend who pursued physics at her first degree, not knowing that communication was what she had wanted to do.
I see.
So at the first degree, she did her physics. Then at the second degree, she had to do communication. Today, she's doing PhD in communication.
Wow.
Right?
So what happened to the first degree?
She might have missed it.
Wow.
But that gave her the opportunity for her to study herself and know herself very well. This is what happens. Because of the environment we live in, often we are not encouraged to actually do what we want to do. So people will put stress or pressure on you to follow a particular pattern. But in the end, it is wrong. So this lady had to do her physics, but as she kept growing and she kept asking herself questions, she realized that the physics is not the way forward for her. So immediately she had to switch, and today she's doing communication. So sometimes you can miss it because of the environment we live in. Yes, because of the environment we live in. The environment can sometimes even force you to do something that you do not want. But as time goes on and you keep living, you keep asking questions, you keep pursuing various things, you will realize that there's a particular area that when you settle there, you will feel excited, you'll be happy, you'll feel fulfilled, and you feel achieved. And in the end, your own self will come into being and you will live your footprints on this planet.
So it doesn't matter the revenue. You want to add something here?
Apart from our environment, sometimes our educational system doesn't even help.
Oh, okay.
The educational system says that go to school, learn mathematics, learn science, learn this. At the end of the day, take an application, go to a place, go and ask for employment. If you are not being employed, then the person is frustrated. No wonder we have a lot of unemployed people around. But these people, if they will sit down and discover themselves, they will know that they can do more than just the certificate that they have. Let me just add this thing. During the COVID, you know, we were staying at home. So we took the opportunity to look at our children, observe them. We realized that one of them, she likes reading. Everything around, she will read. The other person is not so much into reading, but she likes cutting things and then patching them and sewing them. They realize that this one, she loves sewing. So my wife will go and then collect these materials and bring it to her, and she will design something unique and put it on her teddy bed or something, and we're wondering, wow, we didn't know. So the COVID gave us the opportunity to realize that this is what she is into. So we will encourage her to go into that field, we will not push her to become a lawyer, because that is what she can flow. So our parents too must also observe their children and help them. I work in an institution where I see a lot of students, and they come with an agenda. I have discovered I want to learn camera. I want to learn editing, because that is what I love to do. And they go out there and they are excelling. So it's the environment, it's the education, parents. We must all come in to help these young ones and even the old ones to discover their purpose.
So if that be the case, how can we salvage this predicament?
That is what we are doing. What we are doing.
Okay, so we are educating the public as well. But don't you also think there should be some mechanism in place whereby these things can be curtailed, so that we wouldn't come to that point before we can go back and say if we had known?
Yeah. I believe as time goes on, as we keep developing, things will be better.
Yeah, Pastor, you did mention of, okay.
Yeah, for example, Pastor mentioned of education.
Yeah, I was about to go there.
I often don't understand why somebody goes to university, for example, to go and pursue archaeology, and then he'll be given biology. It happens. I don't get it. I don't get it. So what happens? It means within that space of years, 4 years, you have wasted it. You have read something that you didn't really like. So if the person's qualification is not giving him or her the opportunity to study that field, why don't you just tell him or her, just go and better yourself and come and pursue what you really want to pursue? That is our problem. That is our problem.
Viewers, it's getting interesting here. If you just join us on KFM TV, this is the Generational Leaders Talk Show. We are discussing understanding purpose, the nature of purpose, and the last one we'll be tackling is the principles of purpose. So if you want to be part of the show, you can send your messages via 020-768-1986. 020-768-1986. Just send your message. You can ask questions, or you can also add to what we are discussing. At the right time, I'm going to give you the chance to also call. We'll put the calling lines on the screen so that you can also have access to call and share your opinion, or you can even also add by educating other viewers who are also watching us. We're also streaming live on social media. Journalists, you can also go to our YouTube channel and download some of our videos as well. So this is the Generational Leaders. Good. Let me come to you. Let's talk about the principles of purpose, the principles that governs purpose. What are some of the principles that governs purpose?
All right. So I have about 7 of them.
Okay.
But let me start with that. The first principle for everyone to understand is that you have been designed by God.
Okay.
That is an understanding that everyone needs to know, that God has designed you for a purpose.
Okay. So you must have that.
You must have that in you.
I think that sets the tone right. Until you come to that point, you know there's something that you have that you ought to do.
Exactly. And that like we were saying, that will move you to the next principle. So it is so important that you come to the realization that whoever you are, God has designed you for something specific, which you must deliberately look out for and work towards that. I don't know if I have to come with the second principle, then my pastor. So the second principle is to, at least for the first list, the second, which is discover your purpose.
Okay.
So if God has designed me for something, what is the next thing? I need to discover it. Spend time to discover it. If you have to study to discover it. If you have to ask questions, go to people who have achieved, go to them. They will give you clues as to how
mentors
who can help you to discover your purpose, because you know that your fulfillment in life is linked to discovering your purpose.
Wow.
Your purpose. Let me add the third one, then I'll leave it. The third one is that you need to be directed.
Somebody must navigate your path, sort of.
Someone must navigate your path. Someone has gone the path you are going. Someone has gone ahead of you. So if you discover it, you need to go to the person. It's like a young pastor. The anointing may be there, the zeal may be there, but you need to be directed. If not, you make a lot of mistakes. You don't need to do that. So you seek for direction, and the right people will direct you so that you can enjoy the life that God has for you. So let me just end with these three. I don't know if my Reverend will add something to it.
I would also just add is that if you don't know purpose, you abuse your life.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't know the purpose of your being here, you abuse it. So one of the principles that governs our individual purpose or purposes in our life is know your purpose so that you don't abuse it.
Okay.
The microphone we are using, we know what is supposed to be used for. If you don't know why and what is supposed to be used for, we will end up using it for something else. So know your purpose as a person. Do everything possible.
Okay.
So sometimes don't even just depend on yourself. Ask God. Ask Him questions. Let Him reveal it unto you. Ask people who have the know-how. You know, when you have an inherent desire that you cannot control it, ask about it, read about it, pray about it, discover it so that you don't abuse it. Because life is short.
Yeah.
No matter how long you live here on this earth, life is very short. Very soon, we are going, and we don't even know when that soon will come. But it's just around the corner. So know the purpose, your purpose for being here. Else, you abuse it. You abuse it. I think another thing that we should also know is that God's purpose is the key to our fulfillment in our lives. Always, it's not just about the money we think of getting. It's not about the fame, the name we want to make, but for us to feel fulfillment.
Okay.
Many times ago, I heard of a doctor who had committed suicide, and I was asking myself, this is a medical doctor. This is somebody who is doing well. He has a family, he has everything. What happened? I don't know why he did that, but something triggered in my mind, and I kept asking, why would he do that? So no matter what is even eating you up in life, if you really know the essence of your being here, you'll not even kill yourself.
Okay.
Because you know that in the end, though you are going through a difficulty or a challenge today, but tomorrow that space will be filled, and tomorrow you will see the glory of God back in your life, and you move on and do whatever that you have to do. So all that we are saying now is that know your purpose for being here on this earth so that you feel fulfillment for yourself. In the end, when you go back to your Creator someday, you'll be able to tell Him why you came and what you came to do as a person on this earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is so important that you discipline yourself.
Okay. So discipline must come into play, right?
Discipline determines destiny.
Okay. Okay.
It does not mean that you cannot get to that, but for you to really get to where you want, you need to be disciplined.
Okay.
Self-discipline is so important. You can discover your purpose, but if you are not disciplined, you will not live to fulfill your purpose. You can be distracted by so many things in life, including money, including wealth, including so many things. But if you are disciplined, let me chip in. This afternoon, I was listening to this former footballer. Oh, he's a Ghanaian, but he played for France.
Okay.
I think it's for Marcel. And he said that as it stands now, he is 53 years. The very day he stopped playing football, he knew exactly what he was going to do. He stopped playing football for so many years, and till today he still makes so much money. He says that he's traveling all around, moving from here and there, because he knew exactly what he was about. And not only that, he was very disciplined. And he said something that, who has ever heard any controversial issue about him? Nothing like that. Because of discipline, he's enjoying life. And he has found his purpose after even playing football, and it's good to go. So discipline cannot be taken out. People are indisciplined and they are not fulfilling their purpose. But if you are, It's a major principle that you cannot overlook.
Wow. Wow. All right, so there are some copies of messages here that I have to read for our viewers. This one says, "Hello, I'm Priscilla from Tema, and I want to say that the nature of purpose is a gift from God, so we need to work on that so that we can achieve a better result in this world." King George, please, how are you doing? Priscilla, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. This is one of our viewers. She's always sending messages. And I guess you also find Priscilla. Anyway. And this one says, this one is called, is it? Okay. Yeah, so this one says, "I am Nana Beni, watching you live from Sumenia. I'm really enjoying the discussion. In fact, you have enlightened me of what purpose really is, and I've learned a lot. I'm going to put myself in it so I can discover my purpose. But please, how can I tell my parents what I want to do with my life? Because they seems not to understand me anytime I want to take that initiative." That's a question anyway. This one says, is that good show, good education and good informative talk show. My name is Daniela. I'm really inspired this evening, but please, the environment is not conducive for me to discover my purpose. So in this case, what should I do, Daniela? As a question. I'm a big watching from Cape Coast, Kivas. I'm enjoying myself. Good news to your guests. Greetings to them. Thank you, Abeku. This one says, "I am Banfu, watching from East Legon. It's a nice show. My first time of watching this show. Never knew such a show is on air every Saturday. I make it a point to watch this on every Saturday. Thank you, Banfu." And this one says, "I'm Albert, watching you live from Sugakope. I'm loving the show. What a great panels and endowed as well." And so this one also says, why should you bring two pastors from ICGC? Is it because you attend ICGC and Paka? But anyway, they are very insightful and they have the information to inspire others. Good news to the show. Oh, sir, why foretold this? Oh. This one says, "I'm Smith, watching live from Ablekuma. I always tune into this show this and every Saturday. Since the day you guys started, I've been educated, I've been challenged, and I've been stretched. Very soon, I will tell you people my testimony and what I've learned from your platform. Thank you. We hope to hear from you." And this one also says, "Aya is my name. I want to be outstanding photographer, but my parents don't give me the chance to pursue this career. Please, what should I do? Because anything I find myself doing, I get frustrated. I'm unable to do it. My passion is geared towards photography. What should I do since you are educating us?" Please take note. Oh, he said, "Oh, what an outstanding show and insightful panels. I must say, I was laid off from one of the banks. I'm just enjoying your show. I'm learning one or two things. Pretty soon I will engage myself. I've just discovered myself based on your platform. Thank you." Okay. Okay, so we're going to open the phone lines pretty soon, so you can also join. So the lines on the screen, you can call 0246 23 9070 024 024 623 9070. Good. So let me still read the message. We have a lot of messages whilst we wait for others to also call in. This one says, I'm McAfee. I'm enjoying the show from Kokomimli. What a wonderful show. And I trust you are having blasts. Your panels are outstanding. They know what they are talking about. I want to find out from them, did they also experience this when they were growing up? Were they asked to do other things instead of pursuing their heart desire? I think one of us made mention of that fact. Okay. We also have this. This one says that I'm Chris, watching you live. I'm enjoying the show, and I trust that this will go a long way to educate people. Okay, so Pastor, let's answer the questions that have come. I think I'll start from you.
Yeah, somebody made mention of he being want to be a photographer, and
but
the
he's not
parents
being
are
allowed
saying
to.
no.
Yes,
No, explain to your parents.
he said he's been
I
trying
saw.
to. They don't
I
really,
have seen two photographers, professional photographers, and they are really happy about what they do. Initially, I was not getting it. Why are they not bankers? Why are they not lawyers? Why are they not doctors? But photography is what they have been created for, and that is what they do for a living, and they are excited. So it's just a matter of you trying to let your parents know that my destiny, my existence, my fulfillment, my purpose is in this one. You get to a point in life that whatever you do, you cannot hold anyone responsible. There are certain basic decisions that you take. You can't hold anyone responsible. If you are able to venture it and you succeed and you get fulfillment in the end, it is your decision that has made you. If you fail, it is you. And when you even fail,
but I told
nothing
it's not easy
stops
to
you.
say it as
Yes.
because I I can relate to some of these issues. I remember when I completed SS, I had to struggle with my elder brother, a serious one, serious. Just because my father took a certain pattern, and he has also followed that pattern, so he wanted me to also follow that pattern. But we are not the same as you guys say. So sometimes you need some sort of courage,
Yes.
to fight some certain tradition that has taken place for a while. And sometimes they see you as you are rebelling, you are somebody who don't listen to your parents, therefore they try to live your life for as if. And as I'm talking to you, ever since then, I have some sort of, I don't really have good rapport with my brother. So all these things, it's dicey. So sometimes, if you don't have to take care of it, it creates problems.
We need to take opportunity today to advise parents that allow your children to discover themselves. They may not please you in the way you want, but what you can do best is to guide them. But don't stop them from doing something that will bring them fulfillment. We don't want the young ones to seem as if they are disrespecting their parents. There's always a way of going around it. Talk to somebody about your desires, what you want to do. Somebody that can talk to your parent. If it's your parent pastor, if it's an elderly person, go and see the person. This is what I have discovered. This is what I want to do. I want you to talk to my parents about it. And sometimes you need to prove to your parent that this is what really you are into. This is what you want to be. And parents must allow. I have told myself and my wife that we will not force our children to do anything against their will. We will just guide them, help them to fulfill their dreams. I'm a pastor. I'm not going to force my daughter to become a pastor. No, if she doesn't want Whatever she wants, we will guide her to do that. And that is what we want to do. I think another person also spoke about the environment.
Yes, environment.
We don't know.
Before that, let me announce
okay.
the phone line. So you can be part of the show by calling in 0246239070. 0246239070. Call in and you can ask a question, or you can also educate other viewers as well. Yeah, you know.
We don't know if the person would have been a bit specific. Which environment? Is it a physical environment?
Of course,
this
probably.
person is talking about. So you can create an environment. If the environment includes your parents, if it includes your colleagues, try and then come out of that environment.
Talking about the environment, you see, the environment, even the environment is not friendly. It's not, it doesn't
of
really
course,
encourage,
it's not.
It doesn't encourage you to discover your potential, to discover your purpose, and also it doesn't encourage. So how do we win? Because we live in an environment whereby if you are trying to, we are too much, if you want to isolate yourself to do something significant in life, you see how it will fight you. So in all these vicissitudes, how do you maneuver your way?
Yeah, so, I know people who really believe that they should be part of leadership in this nation. But because of the way we conduct ourselves in politics today in Ghana, they are struggling to venture. It's an environment. It's turbulent. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look promising. Today's Ghana, if you venture to be a politician, I believe you know the outcome. Either you be with them or you sit idle doing nothing. But no matter what, this is what you have been created for. You don't have to give up. Keep on pushing. Keep on pursuing. Keep on struggling. Keep on dreaming. One day, there will be a day where you will break through. Yeah, I believe in that. One day you will break through. This is what happens. When I was growing up, for example, me, I'm a village boy. So where I was born, there were nothing like role models. I never had the opportunity to sit and even watch somebody speaking to me, inspiring me to become what I am in here doing today. But God being so good, you knowing what is inside you and knowing what you are supposed to do, no matter how the environment looks, you have to keep your dream. You don't have to throw it away. Keep on dreaming. Keep on pushing. Keep on looking forward. Don't let your head come down. Keep on looking up. Someday, you will get there. Even if it happens that just a day for you to retire and you discover, you will feel more fulfilled than doing nothing. That's why they say it is better late than never. Someday it will be better. The environment is looking bad today, but I strongly believe that someday the environment will be good and we will all shine in if we really want to pursue the purposes on our lives.
Okay. Pastor, your take on that? You want to add something to?
No, there's a story in the Bible of a man who was blind, who heard that Jesus was passing. He wanted to be healed, but the environment was very hostile. They said, keep quiet, he didn't come for you.
Yeah.
Sit here, we'll give you money. After all, this is what you are blind and all of that. But this man said, no, I am not going to allow the environment to stop me from getting my healing. Therefore, Jesus will hear my voice. So he came out. Even though the environment was hostile, he decided to push, to press, and eventually he got his miracle. So you must push, you must pursue, you must be determined, and some way, somehow, you will get your way through.
So in that case, we too have to be resilient. We have to persist. We have a role to play.
We have a role to play.
Okay, so the fact that you have purpose and you are trying to fight your way out doesn't mean when something hits you, let go. You have to also fight your way out if you really believe in that aspiration that you intend to achieve. I see.
If you really believe that you have been created or you have been brought here for such a purpose, then you don't have to give up.
Wow.
It will be unfortunate, it will be suicidal if you dare giving up. Because in the end, you will never be recognized. There's a day of recognition on this earth and somewhere beyond the blues. There's a day of recognition. So whatever it is, keep on pushing. Don't give up. If we had given up, I believe we wouldn't have gotten here. And there are many people with many examples. We have heard of Einstein, Archimedes, how they struggled before they got to where they got to. They struggled. They really struggled. They suffered. They suffered. People mocked at them sometimes. You know, people ridiculed them. They looked hopeless. But in the end, they were able to become what they wanted to be. And today, their names are still on the planet. They have been dead many years ago, but we still quote them every day. Some of these guys, they are even older than Jesus Christ, and they are still there. So let us all keep on pushing and do what we have been called to do. Someday, we will shine.
Wow. This one says that, how and where can one find his or her purpose? Is there any place that you ought to go to find our purpose?
I would say that the origin is God.
Okay.
Because he has our blueprint. He knows our DNA. He told Jeremiah that before you were conceived, I knew you.
Okay.
And I ordained you. So before I was conceived, the Creator knew me and he ordained me. So is everyone.
So he knew you were going to be this,
Yes.
you were going to be that.
Yes.
So your future has been always been determined
Yes.
ahead. Okay.
We are prepared already for major work, for good works.
For greater
but
works.
often when we get here, we get confused.
Okay.
If we will go back to the Creator, right? You
That's
go
the
back
source.
to the source of our being. If we will go back to Him, I believe some of these questions will be answered. Sometimes He wouldn't come and speak to you, but He will put burdens and desires on your heart. You will know that this thing, if I don't do it, that will be the end of me. So somebody cried out saying that, give me Scotland, else I die. So we must just go back to the source of our life, source of our existence, ask God, why am I here? What do you really want me to, do on this earth? It doesn't matter the number of years you have wasted. You can start from everywhere. Every point is enough for you to shine. So wherever you are, wherever you've gotten to, don't give up. Until you go back to the grave, there is still hope for you. So go back to the Creator, go back to the source. Sometimes it will be difficult. I was reading something this afternoon when God told the prophet Hosea, go and marry a prostitute. It's a difficult thing to do. But this is what the Maker wanted him to do. There was a purpose for that. How many of us would be bold, would say that, God, I have heard you. I'm going to circle or La Paz and marry a prostitute. Take this. The prostitute had not stopped the craft. She was still a prostitute. So she comes home, that's all what she has to do for the husband. In the evening, she's gone to work. She was married to a man of God. So let's go back to God. Let's allow Him to direct us to where we are supposed to be. Sometimes it will be difficult. Sometimes because of the things we have seen, the environment, bad things that we have copied from our colleagues, it will be difficult for us to change our mind. But if God says that this is it, you won't struggle. No, you won't struggle. You will enjoy it, you will love it, you will work at it, and in the end, you give praise and glory back to Him.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
The other thing too that will come handy is when you look at yourself, there are certain things that you love to do. It is an indication to discovering your purpose. When you come in contact with that thing, it gives you some kind of joy. It gives you some kind of passion. It is an indication. Somebody will say that when I stand behind the camera, like the gentleman who sent this thing, he says that he loves to become a photographer. He tries to do other things and he's frustrated. But when he takes the camera, his energy rises. So it's an indication that this is what I want to pursue. Somebody walks to the hospital and says that, and see people all over. I said, wow, I can do something like about it. It's a passion. So you want to become a nurse. You want to become a doctor because it's not about the money. It's about passion. It's about what you love, to see people being healed, to help people. So all these things are signs and indication of what you love to do. Like I said, my little daughter, we saw that this is what she loves. She can sit and cut and listen and put together and do something. So that is what. So it's something that we want to encourage her to do it. So consider all these things as you pray and ask God to help you. These things will also help you to discover.
Well, I have particular concern about our education system, but some messages are keeping on coming. It looks as if the message is going down, so viewers are just assimilating. That's why they're not calling. But the message that comes, somebody says that, it says, I'm just on my TV when Risho reply to this discussion. So I think I didn't get. So if the person will come back again and rewrite it again. This one says, "I'm just loving the show. It's very educative and it's very insightful. Good to your panels. But please, next time when you are send a message, kindly add your name." This one says that, "What a show! What a show! What a show!" As I'm writing to you right now, I'm on my knees crying. I have just been experimenting my life for some years now. But tonight, I've learned something. I've seen that there is somebody out there who has a purpose for my life. All I need to know is to discover myself. I'm a student of GIJ. I've never known what to do with my life. I have been experimenting my life with young men, fooling around, trying to have fun just because I think life is having fun. But tonight, as I watch you people weeping on my knees, God bless your panels, and God bless the show, and God bless the management of KFM TV. Your name, please. Your name is very crucial to us. This one says that I am Matilda Asante, watching you from Ashaman. I'm really been educated, and I have also been liberated. I have heard the word purpose for so many years. I've heard preachers, motivational speakers, but I think today I've really understood it better than the previous ones, because it has been broken down and it has been explained further to me. God bless you, and God bless your show. God bless you too. Let's look at our educational system. How can they infuse certain curriculums, let's say personal development, where people can find their purpose or their niche when they are taking their courses? Because at least I see some of these things are not being taught in the school. So we go through subjects like maths, and people are struggling. People are even running away from it. For example, I'm one of the people who used to run away from maths. I've always said, when I went to the university the first year, I had something called statistics. When I see the lecturer coming, I'm feeling sleeping, because it just irritates me. I thought I could run away from statistics. I met statistics level 100. I met statistics level 200. I met statistics level 300. Then I needed to psych my mind that I cannot run away from it. Maybe somebody watching us out there is going to do the same thing. What are some of the things that we can do? Because it looks as if there's nothing like statistics in me. Like he was saying, one of his daughters love reading. So we must be able to look at some of these things and put people's strengths in those places than to put them in a box that they don't fit into.
I think as a nation, we've been saying this every day. We just have to be deliberate in our decisions. We don't just have to copy things and dump on our children. Else the problems we are having today, they will keep reoccurring, and then we will face them tomorrow. Everything has to be deliberate in what we do as a people. I know an institution that has leadership. Let me be specific, Central University. So you go to Central University, first year, second year, third year, I think so. You learn about leadership. What is the purpose? It has been discovered that we have leadership problem in the nation. So we have to do all what we can as a people to make sure that the generation that are coming, we put in them certain knowledge, certain traits certain qualities, certain values. We open their eyes and their minds to see what is in the world out there. There are many people in the classrooms today that they don't even think that when they go out after school, they will encounter the problems of leadership. So when we catch them young today, we put in them what they are supposed to know. By the time they leave school, they are ready. And when they are exposed to the issues of life on the field, they will have knowledge. They will know how to do what they have to do.
Wow.
So all what I will just keep on saying is that as a nation, we just have to be deliberate. You know, there's been reforms in our educations here and there for many years. Has it really given us what we want as a people? If it doesn't, we have to change. There's a saying that Sankofa won't chill. So if we have made mistakes in the past and today we are able to discover, we should be able to get up and do what we are supposed to do. This is what I ask. Our leaders travel every day outside. Some of them, they even schooled outside there. Is that what they were taught or they learned when they were outside? Often it's no. So why is it that we keep on teaching or pouring out garbage on our children? Because you pour garbage in them, they will come out with garbage in the end. So we just have to deliberate in everything that we do. Wow. If we have been on this road for many years and it's not helping, let's go back, sit down quickly, make reforms, take decisions, so that in the end, the generation that is coming after us, they will not suffer like the way we are suffering. Okay. Because purpose of life is so key and important to everyone's life.
Pastor, your take on that, then we will come back to our final remarks.
Yes, it's rather unfortunate that we have to be talking about education that is supposed to empower people to do great things with their lives. We hope that our leaders will hear us, that there is a vacuum that has been created. People are crying, people are not happy, so they must go back. Yes, we know education is good. It builds a nation, but let's see how it is building the nation. If people are frustrated by it and we can do something about it, let's do it. And we want to also encourage those that are schooling that aside that, try and read. The more you read, you open your mind and then you will discover things for yourself. There are certain institutions in the country that are doing so well. They have moved into their practical. So when you go there, you get the practicality of exactly what you want. That is a private institutions, but they don't have the voice like that of the government. So the government, we know the government is doing well, but there's a vacuum that has been created that needs to be filled, so that when these people come out, if they don't get employed by somebody, they can employ themselves and do great things for themselves.
So, Pastor, your last remarks.
Well, I want to say that it is so crucial and it's so important that everyone discovers his or her purpose. That is the starting point to fulfillment in life.
Wow. That's
There's this rhyme in primary school that I love. It says that I'll keep on doing better. Good, better, best. May I never rest until my good is better and my better is best. We have faced many challenges as a people. I'm happy and sad at the same time to hear some of our viewers, some of the things they are saying. These are basic things that we should have
these
known.
are basic things.
So what I would just say to end is that no matter where we have been, whether you are lost, whether you have been found, don't rest. Don't ever rest until you get there. Because if you know that your existence is so crucial and someday you will respond to questions and you'll be willing to give answers, then everything that you do from today, you have to be purposeful. You have to know what you are doing, because in the end, your life hangs on what you do on this earth.
Wow. I want to thank gentlemen for making time to be with us, to come in here to educate us, inspire us, also to stretch us. In fact, this evening I'm touched by some of the messages that I've read, and for people, somebody going on his knees crying just because I discovered his purpose. I also want to thank our viewers for making time to watch us. spending their time educating themselves. That's what I believe. That's why I keep on saying that formal education will make you 11, but personal development will make you a fortune. And that's exactly what you are doing this evening, making time from 5 to 7 p.m. to educating by developing yourself. And that is key. If you do that each and every Saturday, by the end of the year, I can tell you you've earned yourself a first degree. Trust me. Until we come on your way the same time next week. Next week we're going to talk about, purpose. Next week we'll be talking about purpose, the priorities of purpose. And then we'll be talking about purpose and time. And then we'll talk about purpose and position. The priorities of purpose, purpose and time, and then purpose and position. Please kindly take notes. Like I said, we are following a particular tangent, and by the time we end this series, trust me, you would have learned a lot, and you would have earned yourself certificates. Until I come away the same time next week, I'm King George, and I always say, to be informed is to be transformed, and to be uninformed is to be deformed. I want to thank my production team. I want to thank Sharif, Vosa, Betty, Bismarck, and all the guys, Samson, all the guys in the MCR. I just want to thank you, Mr. Bismarck, or everybody who made the show successful. God bless you, and God bless you, and God richly bless you.